Most plumbing and home service companies don't have a traffic problem, they've got a conversion problem. So let me get into that. What I mean by that is if you're receiving, say, 1,000 people a day to your website, 600 people, 400 people, it doesn't matter. However many people are coming, if they're not converting, it doesn't matter how many you're getting. So let's go ahead and get into that. I'm going to show you 6 easy steps to increase the conversions on your website and let it actually start converting more people. Get more people calling, get more revenue coming in, get more trucks on the road. Let's dive into this. All right, so how do we get more conversions on your website? Well, the first one is going to have a phone number in the top right-hand corner of your screen. So this is especially important on desktops. The top right-hand corner gets more traffic than the rest of the real estate on that bar that just runs across the top of your screen. However, the top right isn't the only place you can put it. The most important part is just getting it on there. It is amazing how many websites we reviewed that don't even have a phone number listed on the website, except for the contact page. That means if somebody is having a crisis, especially for you home service companies that offer emergency services, it doesn't matter where the phone number is. If people have to dig for it, they're already going to leave your website and go to your competitors who they can access easy. So make it easy for people to do business with you. That is going to be hugely important when it comes to those emergency services or just general inquiries at all. If people have to search for your number, they're going to go to somebody else who offers the same thing. Until your branding is super strong, they're just going to go on to the next competitor. And even when your branding is strong, a lot of times they'll just go to the next competitor anyway, just because it's easy for them to contact them. So go ahead and get that phone number on the website. It shouldn't just be in the top right-hand corner. It should be in the body copy somewhere. It should be in the footer. It should be on multiple pages. It should be all over your website. Make it easy for people to do business with you. Okay, next one, number 2 is ditch the stock photos. This is something that we see all the time, is stock photography everywhere. Now, stock photos aren't bad, especially for you guys who are just starting up. However, if you've been established for any length of time, you're running a team, you've got multiple people on board, show people who they're doing business with. Show them what to expect with real photos, real people. People want to do business with people. They don't want to do business with a business. It's just what it is. They want to know who's coming into their house. They want to know where they're from, what their background looks like, what they enjoy, what they do. They want to know that it's a real person coming into their house, and they want to know a little bit about the company that they're doing business with. So in that case, show your team doing repairs. Show your team doing installs. My favorite is show your whole team lined up in front of your branded truck and put that as the big hero image on your website with the text over top of it. They know who they're getting the moment they land on your website. So super important, especially with all this AI stuff coming out these days. AI stuff isn't bad necessarily. It's just equivalent to stock photos. People know it's AI. People know it's stock photography. They want to see the real people they're doing business with. Next one, number 3. Add a CTA after every block of text. Now, what a CTA is a call to action. That is, anytime you want somebody to take action, put that after a block of text. So what I mean by that is on your homepage, the big hero image, the big promise when people get to your website, it can have a section that says, schedule maintenance today, schedule your repair today, schedule with us today, book with us today. Something that prompts them to do business with it. It prompts them to click that button to say, I want this. And then say you're going down further in the page, you've got different things that talk about the different services. As soon as they say, I want that, that's what I'm looking for, give them a thing that says book today, call today, schedule today, anything like that that prompts action with them. On top of that, whenever you have like a big block of text, a big section that you want to have very prominent, put that text in there. Book with us today, schedule us to come out, free water heater like a free water heater maintenance with something. It doesn't matter what it is. Once they're prompted for action, go ahead and ask them to do something, whether it's a call or a book or a schedule or something like that. Offer chat or two-way texting. Now this is one that I get a lot of pushback on. And the reason for that is a lot of times the pushback comes from the owner of the business. It comes from you. And you're saying, I'm already doing a repair. I'm already managing my company. I'm already wearing 12 different hats for this. I don't have time to sit there on the phone responding by chat with people. If they need me, just call. I get that all the time. The problem with that is it doesn't have to be you that is responding to a text message. Give it to somebody else. Don't have the phone number come to your personal cell phone. Have it come to a business line that multiple people can answer. It can still port over to you. That's completely fine. But have somebody else in charge of that. It can be an employee. It can be your secretary who's answering the phone. That's a really great one. It could be a VA that you've hired out. It can even be a teenager. Like I've had a couple a couple of my clients who actually hire their teenagers to do the chat for them, and all they're doing is sending a couple pre-canned things, and then they say, hey, this person's interested in a thing. I need you to take over on it. And that's when you're only coming in to the hot conversations. You're getting all those cold leads weeding out, and you're getting those hot conversations that way. And I know in some states you're allowed to hire your teenager. Talk to your accountant on that. I'm not giving any financial advice on this one. I'm just saying that there's been times where an accountant can actually give you some direction on hiring teenagers. However, what I usually recommend is secretary, then VA, then teenagers. So it's always good to have them on board though. Number 5, make sure your website is mobile first. What that means is Google indexes your website, the mobile version, before the desktop, right? So what you want is anybody who's coming to your website, there is a good chance that they're going to be on a cell phone. They're going to be on a mobile device of some sort. And this usually accompanies for at least 80% of the traffic these days, or at least for the first visit. If somebody's having an emergency, they're not going to come out and be like, oh, let me jump on my computer and take a look at this and try to figure out who I'm going to go for. No, they're on their cell phone, plumber near me, emergency plumber near me, and they're jumping one from the next, super fast. So you want to have it mobile friendly. And on top of that, with the phone number, make sure it's clickable, because the reality of it is, if you don't answer the phone within 3 to 5 seconds during an emergency, they're going to call somebody else. Usually you have to call them back within 30 seconds of an emergency call, or else you miss them entirely. And the phone number being clickable makes it that much easy to capture a screaming hot lead. So make sure the phone number is clickable on mobile devices. I don't mind them being clickable on desktops either. A lot of the younger crowd, usually we've seen implement this more, but they'll actually use their computers to chat, and then they'll do handoff, like Apple handoff. They'll start a conversation on the computer, they'll jump onto their cell phone, they'll jump onto their tablets or whatever. So make sure that that's clickable and ready for mobile friendly stuff. The next one is make sure your website loads fast. You can use GTmetrix, Google Page Speed Insights, Lighthouse, all that kind of stuff to make sure your website is actually running fast enough. What we have seen is if a website takes more than 3 to 5 seconds to load, a lot of times people will actually go to another one. They'll just hit the back button, they'll move to the next competitor, they'll just move down that list. As soon as a website loads fast, they're calling, especially in emergencies, yet again. So those emergencies are pretty important group of people to capture very quickly. On top of this, I do want to mention, you can actually add an automation for text back. So if you miss a phone call, it texts them immediately and says, sorry, we missed your call, we're on the other line. What can we help you with? Something like that. That's where those texting things come back into play. So you want to make sure that you have that as well. So anyways, those are just some easy steps to increase the conversions on your website. There is a lot of things you can do to your website to make it run faster, to make it convert better, to make it get more traffic coming in, to make it rank higher, all that kind of stuff. If you're looking to get help with your marketing, give us a call. We can jump on a lead flow acceleration session and show you how we get more traffic coming into your website, how we get more people converting for you, and so forth. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and reach out. Me or my team will be able to take care of you on that one and get that going. We can also do a site audit, all that kind of stuff for you. But these steps right here are real steps that we take on every single website to make sure that the conversions are increasing. It doesn't matter how much marketing you're doing. If your website isn't converting, then you're just throwing money away. So make sure your website's converting, then start getting some real marketing going up onto that one. But if it's not converting with a little amount of traffic, it's going to have trouble converting with a lot of traffic too. So anyways, I hope these tips are helpful. Reach out to me or my team if you want some help implementing this stuff. We can help out. Otherwise, there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of freelancers, a lot of other designers, a lot of tech guys that can also implement these for you. Just get it done. Don't feel like you have to do it yourself. You're busy running your company. Let somebody else handle this stuff for you while you continue to build it. So we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.